I am so glad you are here. It is Energy Sunday in my world. I'm Liz. Let's talk protection today. We've talked a lot about how to get energy readings from people, how to sense your own energy, how to use that energy for healing, Reiki, polarity, a whole bunch of energy methods. Let's talk about how you protect yourself in those situations where maybe everybody's expressing themselves and you are picking up a lot of feels that are not your feels, or a lot of thoughts that aren't normal for your brain. How do we do it? I'm going to tell you the one I invented for myself as a child first, because there's plenty of tools and paraphernalia, but I was just living my life when someone interrupted my life to do something wrong with me. And the protection method I developed was pretty simple. I imagined myself completely encased in protective stone. I literally would imagine panels of stone coming to go below my feet, to come up around my body, and to cover me up. So I was untouchable. And that was incredibly powerful for me as a kid of about 12, right? Later, I read of people imagining a glowing egg-shaped orb around them, and that protective light would be the thing where they would put their energy into making sure they were untouchable. Both visualizations work really well, and visualization, or the idea of visualization. So for those of you who don't see things, don't worry about it. You can just think of the concept. It's just as effective. Your brain just works a little differently from the people who visualize it. Doesn't matter how well you visualize a thing, you can still call on the thing. So you can absolutely enhance a shell or a wall that comes around you to protect you from unwanted invasions into your life. It does help you stand up for yourself. It helps you know that that person's feelings aren't the thing that is primary in your life, that what you think and feel is the more important piece for you. As much as you might want to acknowledge how they feel, you want to make sure your feelings are validated as well, even if that's just you validating your own feelings inside your shell. Now, if you want to add things to this to help reinforce it and remind you that you're capable of doing this, there are plenty of stones like black tourmaline, black onyx. There's a ton of stones out there, jet, that people like to use for this. Hematite, there's all kinds of interesting stones out there that people have given all kinds of meanings. Carnelian actually is another really good example. You can also choose to wear a piece of protective jewelry. Some people like an amulet from their religion or something ceremonialist in nature, the protection of a particular angel or genii, something along those lines. You can also opt for protective herbs. There are plenty of herbs that are protective, but I want to warn you, a lot of them smell bad. They seem to operate on the theory of, I'm going to prove that I am a bigger, nastier creature than you, therefore you shouldn't want to mess with me. So be a little selective when you're going for protection herbs, that you do not choose the ones that are extra stinky. So some of those include ones that I would associate with invisibility and being able to get through a space with the person that you don't want to deal with being distracted by things like lots of tiny little leaves. So cedar boughs come to mind as a really good example that you could wear in a little cloth pouch that you hang around your neck on a necklace, or that you put in your pocket. There are even people who like to just put the herbs in their shoes as a good reinforcer for protection. They're all valid ways of using protective herbs. Would not use protective stones in my shoes. Just word to the wise. Either way, it's the energy that you put into the process that really grounds you and keeps you in an emotionally, psychologically more secure space. And the more you practice it, the better you get at it, the easier it is to do. So if you're interested in developing that kind of shielding, psychological, magical shielding, go out on a day when you don't have any confrontations or you're not worried about anything in particular, and practice that shielding in a neutral territory. Go somewhere you would normally go shopping and just try to get through it with as little interaction as possible. See what happens. If you live in a really small town and everybody knows your name, maybe go to the next town where not everybody knows your name, if that's possible, and try it. Go grocery shopping there. go, clothing shopping, go browsing in a clothing store there and see what you get as a result. Those are really great ways to practice this kind of magical process, this psychological enhancement to your life. If it leads to you feeling more safe, more secure, more grounded in who you really are, and therefore able to get your own point across, the benefits are well worth the effort. I hope this helps out, guys. In the meantime, know that myself and the rest of the crew here at Magus Books in Minneapolis and online at magusbooks.com, we love you for the magical person you are. And of course, for the little magical things you can do here in social media land. I know you know what they are. In the meantime, have a wonderful week and blessed be.